Have you ever knowingly questioned your faith and your beliefs? Have you ever had a random event happen in your life that made you wonder why? If so, do you ever feel like you denied any of your answers? Or are you just out there wondering right now what a 32-year-old with no ministerial experience is doing up here talking about questioning faith? Well, I know I was when I first came up with the idea and asked to help lead the service. But I'll share with you from my own experience, and so you can see and tell if you can figure out when, why, and how I question my faith, and see if I ever got my answers if I did. I'm an Army brat, with my mom's side mostly Catholic and my dad's side apostolic Christian. However, I grew up with the choice to follow whatever religion I wished, as long as I had faith. I also grew up believing that everyone is created equal. I grew up believing that the Lord works in strange and mysterious ways and things happen for a reason. With that, I always had a hard time making friends and keeping them. So when my father retired from the Army after 20 years of service, the trick for me became trying to keep those friends. I had 3 best friends by the time I was done with the 3rd grade and ways to keep them each. Tiffany I met in 1st grade, and she happened to live right next door to my grandparents in New Jersey. So whenever I visited them, I'd have a good reason to visit her. Tom I met in the 2nd grade. Cub Scouts, sporting events, his music lessons, my brother dating his sister, they were all great reasons for us to keep in touch. And John I met in the 3rd grade. Church events and charity events became our reasons to keep in touch. A little over a month before I was to turn 17, I ride home from work to have a deep conversation with my parents and my older brother, and they delivered the news to me that Tiffany had died. I was devastated and depressed and terrified all about it. After the conversation, I went to my room, learned my music as long as I could. I was suicidal and ready to die then and there. But before I could do anything, I questioned, what do I have to live for? And just instantly, thoughts of my now oldest nephew and niece came to my mind, and I calmed down. But I knew I needed to continue my goals in a different way. So I joined the Army National Guard as an infantry soldier. I knew the risk involved, and I figured if I were to die, at least it would be by my own hand, and hopefully for a cause greater than myself. During my time in the service, I met Sarah at Heartland Community College, thanks to John. I fell in love with her so much that when I got some active duty, I brought her down to Fort Polk, Louisiana with me and married her there. As my time in service came to an end, I decided to try and re-enlist on the active duty side and get the 20 years and lifetime benefits. When my unit returned to Illinois, I skipped out my get out of rent free policy, returned to Louisiana, just to be told by the recruiters that I could not re-enlist. As I left the office, I was angered and enraged and questioned myself, why can't I provide for my family the way I want? Well, over the next couple of years as I moved back to Illinois, I found out within conversation that my 3 choices of duty station would have had me sent overseas, injured, and if not killed. After that, I joked with Sarah, I now know my place, but what is my purpose? Since my days at Heartland with John and Sarah, family and friends have always lovingly and jokingly called me Mr. Psychologist because of my understanding and ability to speak psychology. It wasn't until one of my fellow church members here had told me that just speaking to me feels avoiding their life. It dawned on me. My purpose is just to be here for people in whatever way I can be. Then came my biggest test. Sarah was out of state. My father recently had lung cancer removed. And my brother calls me, devastation in his voice. I was prepared for the worst if something were to happen to my father. Just to be ran over by a mad truck when he told me Tom had died. Torn to shreds once again. I still managed to count my blessings that I have. Family all help each other. But I got true testament to my faith. When friends and other people have helped, kept me going, kept me moving. And my church family here never fell short of love for me either. So what is the point of all this? Why share my story? Well, when you question your faith, did you ever get the answers you were looking for? Or are you now realizing you got answers you didn't even realize that were answers? The questions may come in form of thought, through conversation, or by a random event. But the biggest thing I wish to stress to you is just to be there for other people. You never know which answers you may hold for one another. And as we'll sing in the posted, we all need somebody to lean on.